Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Game Time CT Drive Home podcast. New thing we're trying here. Supposed to be called the Drive Home, where we just usually what Pete and I do during Friday nights is after we go to our games, we get back into our cars and we drive home. We talk about what happened in our games, and then somebody had a great idea to do it live for everyone watching out there. And I don't even know. We didn't even announce it. We didn't even promote it. We just
it's like when Taylor Swift drops an album. You know,
Yeah,
you wake up one morning, there's a new Taylor Swift album. Everyone goes crazy.
Yeah. Is this out on social here, Danny, or where we got?
Yeah, we're up. We are live.
Social that one out on X or something. I don't know. Anyway, so this is what we do. We're just gonna go give you our quick, fast reactions about what happened tonight. I was down at West Haven for West Haven Shelton, and Pete was over at the Brawl in Benedict Field, Masuk versus Bunnell. And we're just going to kind of look at what happened tonight. I know as much as probably most people do at this point, which is to say absolutely nothing. I'm on X, scrolling through all the people's feeds, a lot of content from Game Time CT people. It's really cool. The first one that pops up, by the way, the one I'm just looking at is Stratford. Look at this. 27-14 over Bethel. Bethel was the darling team last year, remember? Now they're 0-2, and Stratford sitting there 2-0. Nice
Love
job,
that.
Nate
Love
Tyler.
that for my boy Nate Tyler. Love that for my boy SCSU guy right there.
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
Owls. Speaking of Owls, just quickly, if we're going to jump back to tomorrow night, I met Kevin Gilbride last night.
Did you really?
Kevin Gilbride was in the house at Lyman Hall.
I feigned like, wow, Pete, did you? Like, Pete told me that like this afternoon.
I'm pretty sure I called you first thing in the morning. Tell Kevin Gilbride in the house last night for Lyman Hall's 36-34 win. And I got to talk to him for a little bit. Had to go, I was like, hey, man, I don't know if you remember 15 years ago, we talked at Southern when you came back and won the Super Bowl. And I gave him a little go Owls. So anytime I can shout out the Owls, I always will. So shout out Nate Tyler.
Yeah, that's a great job. I don't really know much about that. I guess we just kind of start with our games. I'm going to just go first. West Haven's defense was awesome, and so was Amir Danley tonight. Although it took a little while for them to get going, their offense struggled a little bit against Shelton's defense, which was pretty good. Shelton had two, I think, a pickoff and a fumble recovery, or two pick or something like that. But West Haven had four pickoffs, and two fumble recoveries. It was not a good night. Shelton went right down the field, the opening drive, kicked the field goal, and you're like, oh, that was interesting. And then it was basically all West Haven after that. Shelton got nothing going. It seemed like the whole game was being played in Shelton's end, as West Haven couldn't punch it in. They missed a couple field goals tonight. You kind of let Shelton hang around. When you have 6 turnovers, you're like, wow, this is blowout city. But Amir Daly on like his first or second touch of the game went for like a 40 or 30 yard touchdown run or whatever it was. It was great. That was his first.
It's good to see him healthy because he had that knee injury last year at Hill House.
Yeah. I didn't even ask him about that. I talked to him a little bit after, but he seems like he's right at home with his new West Haven teammates, and they all love him. And they needed a big play because Shelton was within 10-14 despite all of that. They were within 10-14, and they threw a deep pass down the side, just over the receiver caught it. He caught it out of bounds, and that was a huge swing because now they got a punt, and they punt the ball, and Amir Danley right up the field, touchdown Westies, and that was it. Game over. They had one more pickoff after that. But West Haven 2-0 under Tom Unger is pretty good. Like you can't. Really
I don't think
about all the guys they lost.
Yeah, I don't think we didn't expect them to be 2-0. That's not the right way to say that phrase. But they lost so much. I don't think we knew what we were going to see from West Haven, but it looks like it's the same old. 2-0 West Haven. They're in the mix. We'll see as the year goes on, but I don't know if the 2-0 starts surprising, but I think it's a little eyebrow raising. They lost so much last year.
Yeah, overheard on the way out of there. We got to win one, probably win once Notre Dame got beat again. They kind of I think we only need to win one of our big games, and there are a few coming up. They got Staples next week. That's always fun. But one of those games after that, North Haven, I don't know their schedule at the moment. I don't have it in front of me, but like in Double L, you just need to win like at least 5 games, maybe 6.
Yeah, from the SEC, from the FCAC, it feels like you only need to win. I mean, Fairfield Prep showed you can win 4 games and go to the playoffs.
They
Playing a
eliminate
schedule like
themselves early.
theirs. Yeah.
So that was my game. Shelton,
Yeah.
just quick on Shelton. I watched their film against Connard, and they were moving up and down the field, running a lot, and it just tonight was Spassky, not a good night for him. West Haven, I don't know what they were doing, jumping. They seemed to do their homework on the defense. Was great for West Haven. There really were. Yeah. Not a lot of big home run plays by any of Shelton, and they created their own magic. So good for them. 2-0 Westies. How about you, Pete? How was Benedict Field?
There was no cell service, obviously, because why would there be? But speaking of tough schedules coming up, this is Bunnell's second game in a row against Masuk, or second game in a row this year tonight against Masuk, against a playoff team. They had Wethersfield in the opener, they had Masuk tonight, and then they have New Canaan next week. So, you kind of feel bad. I think you're really happy if you're Bunnell that you came out of there 2-0. But I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to quote our friend Kyle Brennan here. Masuk won. Bunnell won 21-14, but just because it was a close game doesn't mean it was a good game. And by no stretch was this like an ugly game, but Bunnell dominated this game from the jump. I mean, their defensive line just caused chaos all night. Ricky Miller was all over the place. They rushed 3 guys the majority of the night, and they were just in the backfield constantly. Just an absolute amazing defensive performance by Bunnell. And Aaron Champagne threw 33 touchdowns last year, is one of the better quarterbacks in the state. And they were giving him fits all night, and he made some great plays. He made some great throws, but everything was on the run. He was always moving. He was always trying to get out of something. I mean, it'll be in the package on Monday's show, but he made this great throw. A snap goes over his head. He breaks away from a sack. Uncorks an absolute bomb 40 yards right past his receiver's hands. It would have been the nicest play of the day. Might have been the nicest play of the year, but obviously it didn't happen. But, back to Bunnell. Defense was just put on a clinic. Absolute dominant. I talked about Ricky Miller. He had a 31-yard touchdown run. Not bad for a kid who was playing guard last year. I mean, just absolutely just a big body who throws around. And, so you got a 31-yard score. Ricketts, Roddy Ricketts, we talked about him a lot. We had a story about him this year, earlier this week. He looked great. He's punt returning, kick returning, receiving, taking snaps, getting handoffs. He's even punting. I joked with Dave Stewart before. I'm like, Roddy Ricketts, has an inside track to be first team All-State this year, obviously, but like, hey, maybe we sneak him in at punter because he's pretty darn good at that too. He had a 39-yard touchdown catch. Masuk came back on a really weird play. They threw a deep ball into the corner. It didn't look like the receiver had control of it and like dropped it, but the ref ruled it was a catch that he fumbled out at the 1. Masuk ends up scoring 14-6. Bunnell took the lead, extended their lead to 21-6, and then it was all the defense the rest of the way. Champagne threw a touchdown, but that was really it, 21-14. Couple of interceptions late for Bunnell to put it away. But, I mean, that was a really good statement when they were really happy. They lost on that field last year in the semifinals. And I think Coach Ty Jenkins told me 285 days since that game. So they were really, really looking at it. That was like the game that they wanted, and they got it, and they're all excited. And now you need to dial it back. Okay, now we got the number 1 team in the state in New Canaan next week, which is not an easy. That's not an easy game for anyone. Look, Masuk went in there and beat them last year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see. New Canaan tonight walloped. Who were they playing? Stanford. Of course, I can't find
New Canaan.
New
Canaan played Ridgefield.
47-0. Heaps. Ridgefield win last week, 14-10 over Platt, right? I believe. New Canaan.
Correct. Yeah.
Too much to not enough. Not nearly enough. 47.
Speaking of Platt got a win last night.
Yeah, last night. Yeah, 13-12 over Manchester.
Another dramatic win for the Panthers, who said they didn't want any dramatic wins this year.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm sure Coach Bruin is happy they got it. Happy they got in the win column. But, all New Canaan against Ridgefield, all Darien against McMahon, 44-0. Ludlow proving everyone wrong. I mean, they played Westover, but 55-6. I mean, they graduated a lot, but they're still here to play. Staples all over Stanford. Look, it wasn't a strong FCX slate this week.
No.
I think we all know that. The big game was Wilton-Trumbull, which Wilton won.
35-12. Charlie Calabrese had a nice game again.
Yeah, not a good day for the hometown team.
No.
Not a good day for the hometown team.
Staples 49, Stanford 6. McMahon lost 44-0 to Darien. So not a really good FCX slate this week. No real surprise. Let's kind of run down some of the scores here. Loney beat up East Hartford 4-2-6. New Britain beat Hall 44-36. That's an interesting one.
It's a lot of
how
points.
Jaden Allen did. Yeah, I wonder how Jaden Allen did tonight. Enfield, I got the boxer, your boy Eric Knickerbocker. Not Eric Knickerbocker.
Brian Mazzone.
Brian Mazzoni sending us that stuff in. 39-18 over Simsbury. So I guess Enfield, I believe, is 2-0. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Here's a big one. How about this? Last night, obviously, Ansonia losing to Seymour for the first time since my first year at the Connecticut Post in 2004. Unbelievable job by them. Dan Dunay and his guys there moved the game to from Ansonia because the field's not ready over to Seymour, and they beat them, and they beat them, and that was huge for them. Ansonia, if you recall, they beat Bloomfield week 1 in a pretty tough game. Well, then Bloomfield had to go play Berlin, turn right around, and got to play Berlin, and Berlin smoked them. 38-20, Berlin 2-0, Bloomfield 0-2 now. Let's just quickly get some stats here.
I wonder when was the last time Bloomfield was 0-2?
I think that might have been a few years ago. I feel like
not a few years ago, maybe like
didn't they?
Because they've been to the finals 6 straight years.
Yeah, I know, but I think there was a point. Not too. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Ryan Lavender had a great game. He had a touchdown. He had a big one at the end. Sorry. There it is. No, I'm sorry. The guy who had a great game was Eli Rice. 2 catches, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cody Puzio had a TD. Didn't really stats don't pop there, but
there was a
record-breaking
performance in the Pequot this week. Our boy Aaron Lader.
I think it's later.
Later, the quarterback at Ellington broke the school record for passing yards and touchdowns tonight for a career. And
I've been pumping him up all.
Yeah, in Ellington's 42-6 win. So shout out to Aaron, heck of the game. Someone's asking about Plainville, Middletown. Plainville, Middletown walloped them. Cornelius Moore scored 3 touchdowns in the win. Daryl Highsmith off to a 2-0 start in his first season as head coach for Middletown.
Yeah, 52-26. I mean, granted, their first game, I forget who they played. It wasn't not close. And this one, they were just firing on all cylinders. They honored the late head coach before the game, which was nice. I don't remember his name also, and I didn't know him. But they had a nice little ceremony. From Brian Carpenter had some video of that. But so that was let's go down. We're still in the ECC. East Catholic coming back and beating Bristol Eastern 35-21.
They should have.
When I saw them against Woodland, though, yeeps. I mean, maybe they left half the team home. I don't know. But that's a big win. That's a really big win for them. I wonder how Montavo did this time. He had a really kind of a tough game against Woodland. E.O. Smith, 35. Rocky Hill, 21. Lewis Mills, Wolcotech beat Ram 42-6.
Yeah.
Your boys from Newington, donuts. They got a donuts.
Yeah, no donuts. No donuts. No? They allowed 10 points. No donuts this week.
I thought it was. I have 0 here.
Oh, our scoreboard says 35-10.
It says 35-0 on the CIC. So get somebody on the scoreboard. Get on that. Maybe check our.
Yeah.
Northwest Catholic donuts. Won. Not in here. Hang on. Let's take a look. Maybe there's a.
Well, if it's donuts, I got to know that if it's donuts or not. I need confirmation on donuts because that's going to start. That's going to whether or not I go get donuts tomorrow before I head out to a game.
I
need to know.
Northwest Catholic beat Farmington up. It was not close.
That was a 345.
There it is. Here it is. The final score was 31-6. Not on CIC site yet, but 31-6. Northwest Catholic on the road off to a 2-0 start.
All right. So it looks like in our comments, donuts confirmed for Newington. So donuts for everybody.
Attaboy, Newington. Hey,
attaboy. Let's go, Nor'easters. I'm gonna wear my donut shirt tomorrow. Maybe.
Platte Tech with a big win over ATI. That's going to the CTC land. Our boy Tony Benito and Cheney Tech losing 21-13 to Wilcox Caner, which I guess aren't they 2-0? No, I believe so.
Wilcox Caner, yeah, Wilcox Caner is 2-0. Good for Coach Redford. Obviously, they're not obviously, but if you read, they're opting out of the playoffs again, so they could keep the co-op together. But good start over in Meriden.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always forget that they're in Meriden.
ECC Killingly 42 East Line 0. Oh jeez. Freight train. Griswold Wheeler walloping Montville 44-14. Going into ECC Waterford 35. Back into the win column. First win for Hill and his guys. I can never say his last name right. Bunbley.
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
New coach over at Waterford. 35-6 over Stonington. Don't have a Wyndham Fitch final.
Dude, you're missing. You haven't. What? I know we're kind of jumping around here. Brantford off to a 2-0 start.
Don't say it. They beat.
I'm
way up at the ECC. So.
We're Brantford. Who'd Brantford play? They played Harding 38-0. But Brantford off to a 2-0 start. But let's not jinx them. We're not jinxing Brantford.
No. We don't have anything from Wyndham Fitch yet, but we already went over the F stack. Nothing doing really much there. Wilton beats Trumbull in the one big game of the week, I guess. Oxford, the big win over, a needed win over St. Paul Catholic. St. Paul, Oxford 16-0.
I believe someone commented that that's their first win over St. Paul in 10 tries.
Is that right?
Trying to confirm that on Max Preps right now, but Max Preps keeps timing out. If so, great job breaking the streak, but also a good win for Oxford.
A barn burner up at Municipal. Holy Cross 34, Naugatuck 28. Whew. Big NVL result there. I mean, I don't. Let's see here.
Naugatuck's 0-2.
Noggy 0-2 right now. When they lost some guys. According to Chris Saunders, I guess he coached. He broadcast the game for, I guess, WATR. I'm just kind of looking at his timeline here. Deshaun Graves had 3 touchdowns, 2-point conversion.
Your boy.
2 touchdowns. Kraft had 2 TDs. Brady Lombardo with 4 TDs. Found a quarterback, big time.
Yeah.
And Brandon Ando had 3 touchdowns for Noggy. Really, really kind of back and forth. I was at Noggy, not at Municipal. But good, really big game for big one for Holy Cross, which went toe-to-toe basically with Masuk. I got a call from a coach this week. He's like, "Hey, you want my lock of the week?" I'm like, "What?" Bunnell over Masuk. I'm like, "Really? Come on, lock." And he's like, "No way, Bunnell's losing that game. I should have listened to him."
Yeah, you got them wrong in the picks. I got it right. Okay. But look, I'll tell you, the Masuk's going to be fine. They're very talented. This and this. That offensive line, though, they need to protect Aaron a little bit better. I mean, Bunnell had a field day.
Yeah, Calabrese, just going back quickly to Wilton, and Calabrese had 4 touchdowns.
Ooh, not bad for a first-year quarterback who was playing.
That's right.
He was playing not quarterback last year.
Pretty big.
Then there was I don't know if you saw this one. Xavier Law came down to the final.
I was going to get to the SEC. Yeah, you want to do it now? All right, go for it. I mean,
I was just saying. I'm just scrolling through Twitter, and I saw that Xavier went for 2 in the win. They didn't get it, but I love it.
Do it.
I love that. Look, man, Sean's back. He's rebuilding the program. Like, you got to take shots like that, and yeah, it's a loss, but it's a long season, and losses don't mean as much as they used to the last time he was coaching. So you could be a little bit more aggressive. They got to get in the win column, but we said it like we said on the show earlier this year. Like when Xavier is good, high school football is a lot more fun. So hopefully they'll be back in the mix soon because
I want to jump back quick. A kid I loved, I've been kind of pumping him up, putting his name in the guide and stuff. Spencer Parker from Waterford.
Yeah.
Pick 6, 2 rushing TDs and 3. And I guess he punts and 3 punts. I'm reading Mike tomorrow. 3 punts drop inside the 20.
Yeah, look, we
player,
talked about Waterford. We talked about Waterford a lot last year. We talked about Jax Higgins a lot last year, and we were like, how are they going to replace him? And it looks like they found one.
Yeah, he's pretty good. All right. Did you want to do it? I mean, you started the SEC. The big one. Everyone was wondering about this. Amity 33, Notre Dame, West State 14. Oh my goodness. Spartans, the alma mater. I don't know the last time they beat Notre Dame. I know we had it. I think Dave Stewart had it, so it's been a while. That's a big win for Andy coming off that loss to Maloney. Kevin Roberts was there for us.
The team that was going to lose that game was going to put themselves in a hole. And they both came in 0-1. 0-2 is, again, you can lose some games now, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You got to keep the guys positive. You got to keep the group positive going into the next game. And I think that's a huge win for Amity, pulling up Notre Dame West Haven's schedule. Who do they got next? Because they have to get into the win column quickly. Oh, they get Greenwich.
Oh my God! This is what. Again, look. You start a football season and you're like, all right. Hopefully, we get our. Granted, they coach out a season, but it's like. We have these alliance games, and there's 2 in 3 weeks for all these alliance games. And then they match up all the best teams with the best teams. And next thing you know, you got Notre Dame sitting at 0-2.
Yeah.
Or, or going to Greenwich.
Yep.
It's just like.
Well, Greenwich is going to Notre Dame, but yeah.
Speaking of which, Sheehan tonight.
That's a game that should not be played.
42-0.
Yeah. They shouldn't be. Sheehan should not be playing Fairfield Prep. They shouldn't be.
For a play, I mean, they shouldn't play with it shouldn't count toward the playoff standings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh God. Like all the teams that Sheen's gonna be playing with in S.
Yeah.
None of them will have played someone like Fairfield Prep.
Yeah. It's insane. Look, if they get in the playoffs, they're obviously battle tested, but
but
other than that, what do you get out of playing that game?
How much do you get out of battle tested 42-0?
Yeah, against a double L school with like a
double L private
kids
school, not even
double L private school. With like all those they dress like 100 kids at Fairfield Prep.
That Amity wins really big. Who do they get next?
Who does Amity get? Amity preview. Scroll down. This is why the previews are the best. They get Fitch, Sheehan, Harding, Hillhouse. Those are some winnable games for the Spartans, and then they get West Haven, Guilford, Cheshire, and Shelton to end.
Yeah, Guilford comeback falls short against Cheshire. They were getting kind of run out of the building there. Cheshire beat them.
That's 2. Cheshire's 2-0. The Rams are 2-0.
They beat Xavier. They beat Guilford.
Yeah.
Let's see. Han with a big, they scored a few TDs late. That was 10-10. That game following Joe Morelli on X.
Yeah.
10-10. Luca Boyce had a huge game. This hero of last week.
Han scored with, I heard from someone messaged me while I was at Masuk that Han scored on it wasn't a long touchdown. I think it was only 19 yards or 11 yards. I might have the numbers reversed, but with no time left heading into halftime to go up 10-7. They don't get that, then they're down. So, I mean, that was a huge, huge play for them.
45.
Hand is just always in the mix.
Yep, they're good. All right, so Prep won 45-0.
Yeah,
sorry,
45.
Sorry, guys. 41-4.
Hey, don't steal points from the kickers.
Yeah,
don't steal that from Ben.
Could have been a couple saves.
Yeah, that's true.
41-8, Foreign over East Haven, Foreign, and the one called Garrett Walker. We talked about Law beating Xavier 28-27, had to stop the 2-point conversion. West Haven 21. Shelton 10 just an up. One more time for those who are just probably joining us. West Haven Shelton was ugly. Defenses showed up. Offenses were, and of course, Amir Daniel was great. Yeah. I'm going to go to the SWC. Brookfield beat Pompbrook 40-7. We talked about Bunnell Masuk. New Fairfield ended Weston's era of good feeling. Weston had snapped a 21-game losing streak, one of two teams that did last week. And now they played New Fairfield 31-0. Newtown 63, New Milford 7. For the 21st straight, or no, I think it was 2001. Tom Taylor's one of his last years as coach in New Milford. The last time they beat Newtown.
A game like that makes you go, you know what? Maybe the Alliance has some pros there. So, maybe we could avoid games like that. Stratford 27, Bethel 14, as we mentioned. Oh. Barlow lost to Notre Dame. It doesn't have it on here. I got to refresh. Notre Dame Prep 28-7.
28-7, yeah.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame Prep 2-0. Everyone counts in the where are they?
The Lancers. The Lancers are back in the mix.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's great. Stratford, you're like, oh my God, when are they going to be back? And looks, so far so good. That's a big one. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy for Stratford. Everyone keeps commenting about Wilton winning. Yeah, we talked about it. We don't need to pile on.
Nuts. We
don't need to pile on the hometown team.
He's in trouble.
It's my adopted hometown. But no, EJ gets those boys up in games. I mean, let's be honest. Wilton. Let's not forget. Wilton beat Greenwich last year.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets the boys up in the games. He gets them
Where
up.
Is that?
Cromwell Portland. Did we?
Yeah, I was just about.
They had a wild game apparently.
Yeah, they won a final play. I think it was a final play. 39-31 over North Brantford, back and forth. Let's see here.
Yeah, they scored with 12.5 seconds left.
Mike Sitaro scoring the game-winning run, the quarterback. Jim's got a little interview with him.
We are fans of North Brantford. They got guys. AJ Siegel is a really good quarterback. Tommy Hansen the years before. We always hype him up, and they don't win these games. That's a very winnable game.
We thought they were going to be a lot better than they ended up. Were they 5-5 last year?
Yeah, they got to win one of these games. I think if they win a game like this, I think it could start. Roll, get the ball rolling and get moving. But I remember when I saw them last year at Granby. I think I picked them to win. Granby dominated. Might have been 2 years ago.
There you go. Game stories up on GametimeCT about Will. I'm going to repost her. Yeah, Ned's just getting to the fact that Prince Tech. He's wrong. Thames River forfeited to Prince Tech. That's what happened.
Correct. Yes.
That happened 2 days ago.
Yes.
I don't know anything. I heard some rumblings about what it might have been about, but I just don't know. We don't find anything about that. But who else here? What else is the Pequot? HK beat Stafford 14-0.
Tyler Wilcox got the boys rolling. That's 2-0. They beat Capital Prep last week.
Phil Cohen 2-0. Valley Regional 48-7 over Windsor Locks.
And thank you, Phil Cohen. I got him. He sent his box in last week, and he sent his box in this week. So we're really happy for Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Love it.
We got a first-year coach sending in box scores.
And did I get a response from him? The person who sent me the where is it? Someone's got is it here about Granby? We got a box score in, but it didn't quite add up. It had Granby guys scoring, but then it said Coventry beat them 21-20. I don't think that's right. I think Granby won 20-14. But anyone know? Let me know out there.
Yeah.
TV land. We have that score. Is that in there yet?
It is not. It is not. Oh, we just got this one. Did we talk Fairfield Ward?
We did not.
Oh, because they only sent me the box score. They only sent me the box score. So whoever's on the desk tonight, I'm sending it over.
Chris.
Fairfield Ward beat Bullard Havens 32-0. Our boy James Delavope threw 3 touchdowns, 230 yards. I like Andrew Shelov. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. 11 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Oh, Fairfield Ward's 2-0. We've talked about them. We talked about their schedule.
Yeah, they have a schedule this year in the FCS.
Yeah. So, but they're getting it. They're winning. Rockville, we got their email, 48-0 over Morgan. The Rams are 2-0. Not a surprise. There.
Where is that? I know
So
Nanawag won it. I just don't remember their score.
I didn't see any celebrities tonight though. So,
Yeah,
but I'm on a 2-game win streak.
Yeah, what did you see last week at Greenwich?
I saw Michael K at Greenwich last week.
Pete,
you see all the Gilbride on Thursday. So
Pete moves to Trumbull, and now he's like Mr. Fairfield County. He's going to see. And that was when I started covering games on there. I'm like, oh my God, there's all these celebrities here.
Yeah,
you know, Frank Gifford, Kathy Lee were there when they watched Cody play or not play.
The last couple of years in Greenwich, obviously, was Aaron Boone.
Yeah, Aaron Boone last year, Yankees manager. His son kicked, and
he had 2 sons. One was a kicker, one was a quarterback. He got to. Hey man, I have confirmation Aaron Boone at one point or not listened to the Meat Grinder. Whether or not he liked it or not, I don't know, but he listened to it.
Well,
so that's a win for us. No, he was just like, you're the guy from the podcast. I was like, yeah, you know who we are.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm wondering who I'm going to see next week. Who's going to be? I think I can make a celebrity bingo card by the end of the year.
I remember Baba Booey's son played at Greenwich. Barry Delabate from Howard Stern Show. Yeah, I remember seeing him. When was that? 11, I think it was his last year. This kid played because Baba Booey. Got to drop a little Baba Booey in there. Where is that score from Nanawag?
It is not on the CIAC.
Got it.
Either.
Nanawag 28, Valley Panthers. All right, I want to quickly talk about something about the Valley Panthers.
Wait, what was the score?
28-12. Okay. What is your name? You can't call yourself the Valley Panthers because then what's your nickname? The Valley Panthers Panthers?
Like, isn't that like Northwest? Well, they can't. I mean,
it's Plainfield, and the Quinnebog Valley. Just merge together and say we're Quinnebog Valley for real.
Panthers.
Like
Quinnebog Valley Panthers.
But if your nickname is the Panthers, now does that mean you're Valley? But then we already have a Valley.
Yeah,
Valley Regional. That's Valley.
Yeah, but you're right, because when it was Northwest United, they were the Northwest United Workhorses.
Yeah, but they were still Northwest United. They weren't.
But MCW United was just the MCW United, which is like a soccer club.
Yeah, I think there should be a CIC rule that says if you have more than 2 schools in your co-op, you have to choose a name because it's nuts for us. You got to do Stratford, Summers, East Windsor, or Stratford, East Windsor, Summers, however you want to do it. It's not
what are they? SSEW
or Quinnebog is now, or not formerly Quinnebog. It's Ellis Tech, Turtle Lot, Putnam, and Plainfield. Well, they lost anyway, so 28-12. 6 teams on the 6 schools in that game. All right, what else? What other games? Oh, we do the rest of the Pequot here? Oh.
Yeah, we ran through the rest of the Pequot.
So all right, so we kind of did all this. I mean, that's the majority of the big score. I can't wait to talk about my game last night, Glastonbury, and
you want to give us a little tease? Give us a little trailer.
Go to GametimeCT Instagram or TikTok or something. You can see the reel. We have a huge reel in there, and if you follow the baseball team, remember they were trying to become the second 32 seed to win a state championship. Fell short in the final game, but
they didn't know that. They didn't know. They kept thinking they were the first team to ever do it.
Yeah,
it's like it wasn't really that long ago, guys. Wasn't really
Garrett Walker,
that long
the current coach of Foreign, was coach of that team.
Wasn't really that long ago. It's funny how history just gets forgotten so quickly.
What is that? 2017.
20. Yeah, that was the first year of the expanded playoffs in baseball.
We need to do like remember when Instagram reels or something like that. Just take some old games
with all our extra time.
Well, because here's the thing, and now the older we get, we remember all this stuff, but the next group of kids who come through, they have no idea the history.
No.
Just none.
We got one question. It's a pretty easy answer. It was, what do you think the best conference in the state is? And the answer is the FCIAC. I mean, I'm starting to do my my look for my stat look for extra points this week. And let me just pull up a stat. I told Sean this stat earlier today. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Oh, in the last 10 seasons of the 50 state titles given out in football, the FCIAC has won 19 of them, which is good for 38% of the state titles. And I don't even think the FCIAC has anyone, well, depending on St. Joe's, whether they're an M or S, but everyone else is in double L and L, and they've won 19 of 50 potential titles. That's wild.
Yeah. And that's all
38%.
Remember the SEC in 2012 at Rentschler, Al Carbone sitting there presiding over 3 state champions, the SEC commissioner nodding his head, looking, we have that chiff that we made of him, just so proud. Hand won, Hillhouse won. Who was the other game? Xavier won.
Xavier,
right?
Yeah.
They beat State.
So
no,
the FCIAC won 3. They won 3 of the 6 titles last year, which was 50% of the titles. It was the first time they've won more than 2 championships. I only went back to 2004. And it's the first time since 2013 that they've won 50% of the titles. In 2013, New Canaan won a state title and St. Joe's won a state title. So that was 2 out of 4. And that was the first state championship I ever covered. St. Joe's Brookfield in the championship. And they had that really good running back on that team. And I always remember my favorite question that I ever asked Joe Del Vecchio. It was the first question I ever asked him. No idea who he was working in Torrington. And I said, Coach, you've won 4 or 5 state championships. Where does this rank for you? Because, I was 22 years old, 23 years old. And I was like, I got to ask you a question. Yeah. And he looked at me and he goes, well, I won one with my son. So that's number 1. And I was like, I guess I probably should have knew that answer. Oh, we got Scott Erickson. Scott Erickson, shouldn't you be working?
Yeah,
Scott Erickson in the comments.
Great question. That's a great comment. Great comment.
I
should be.
I love it.
We are. Let's take a look. I'm going to look at standings here now. Or I'm going to go down. Greenwich plays tomorrow. They play Norwalk. I'm going to double out. Staples 2-0. Danbury plays St. Joe tomorrow. They're 1-0. Crosby, they play tomorrow, are 1-0. Bridgeport Central. It's just so funny seeing all the tournament rankings. The CIC tournament started in double L today. Fairfield Prep at Greenwich.
No, that's
New Britain at
Staples. Pick.
West Haven at Danbury. And Bridgeport Central across.
Let's go Hilltoppers. Hey, I mean, the Saturday slate's pretty thin this week. There's no St. Joe's hand game on Saturday. St. Joe's does play Danbury, and they need to get into the win column. But Bridgeport Central has a really good chance to be 2-0. I don't want to jinx anything I'm knocking, but they got a chance to be 2-0. They got Bassick.
Look at it, but there's only, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 undefeated teams right now in double L left. There's 8 playoff. I mean, granted, we're only 2 weeks in. So L, Ward 1, they're 2-0, Kincannon 2-0, Norwalk's playing tomorrow, Cheshire 2-0, Maloney 2-0, Enfield 2-0. Darien 2-0, Ludlow 2-0. And that's where it ends. 8 undefeated teams as of right now with tomorrow going on. Amity obviously big. Shelton lost. Newtown got back on the thing. And let's see. All right, that's L. Double M. Your boys. Bunnell. Fitch. I don't know if Fitch won tonight. I don't know if anyone can. Wilton. Stratford, number 4. Middletown. Newington, Windsor, and Valley Panthers.
Valley lost, so they're 1-1.
Oh, they're 1-1. So there's only 7 teams right now, as of now, until Fitch score pending. They're undefeated. M, ND Prep, Brantford, Brookfield. Brookfield plays Hand next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
At Brookfield. Berlin. At Brookfield. It'll be fun. Berlin, 2-0. Beat Bloomfield tonight. Rockville 2-0. Waterbury Career plays tomorrow. Play Crosby. Prom got beat. That's it. Only 6 undefeated teams. And I mean, we have too many playoff divisions. It's ridiculous. New Fairfield. Sorry, I got to slip that in. New Fairfield 2-0. Daniel Hand 2-0. Nottawak won their 2-0. Bacon plays tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Play Amistad. Law, big win over Xavier. I mean, Law beat Xavier. Has that happened recently?
Not off the top of my head.
I don't know. Ned Griffin was like, Notre Dame lost, Xavier lost. What planet am I on? Ledger, they won last night, beat NFL.
Yeah.
That was a big one for Ledger.
Yeah.
O'Brien Tech plays tonight. We don't have that one. Wyndham, we don't have that. They play Fish. That's an interesting game. Ellington. So there's a few more undefeated teams left in Class SS. So funny. S. That was S. Northwest Catholic, Cromwell, Portland, Seymour. And Sonia last night. Woodland 2-0. APK 2-0. Valley Regional 2-0. That's a tough division. There's no more undefeated team. Even
Ansonia's sitting at 14 in Class S.
14.
Derby got a big win over Watertown.
Big win. We didn't talk about Derby.
Yeah, Derby got a big win
Watertown.
over Watertown. A down year Watertown team, at least to start, but that's a good win for Derby.
Yeah, they needed it after playing Norfolk. Who scheduled Norfolk Catholic against Derby? Whose idea was that? Lions. Goodness.
Could always be Bunnell.
Yeah. So that's what's going on, man. Just a few games tomorrow, like you said, kind of a light schedule. Again, not a huge night here. It seems like it feels like we had a full schedule, but it feels like not a ton of games out there. Am I missing something? Maybe there are more Thursday games. But yeah, so we're gonna try to do this every Friday night. I mean, we're home now. It's gonna be the drive home next time where we're camped out of wherever
probably
we are.
In the car. Yeah. Well, I wasn't doing it for Masuk because Masuk has no service.
No.
Despite a Wi-Fi card, I think it would have been a real struggle.
Yeah.
It is nice though. Sometimes you're like disconnected, so like no one can bother you. You know, no texts, no messages, nothing. You're just there watching the game. It's actually kind of nice.
You were panicked. Pete was panicked texting me. Ricketts is out. Oh my God. What happened?
It was. He got pulled. It looked like he got like kind of horse collared, and he couldn't put any pressure on his leg. He got carried across the whole field, and he was back in a couple of plays later. So, that was really good to see. It's not like he was on there being a decoy. He was out there punting, and that was his right leg. So he definitely is fine. But so it was nice to see. But I got a little nervous there. I'm not gonna lie to you. You hate seeing that kind of stuff.
Few games last night we'll get into.
Yeah. We're gonna get into detail come Monday night. And you guys should all stay tuned. We have to get to work though, Sean.
Yeah, we have a lot of
we got reels to do. And I got to be in Bridgeport tomorrow at like 9:30. So
you're going to that game?
Oh yeah, I'm going to see Bridgeport Central go 2-0 against Masuk. Again, no jinxing. But I'm gonna go see my boy Desmond Lyman, the head coach of Masuk. A nice little Bridgeport City game. Very excited. Love going to those games. So I'll be there 10:30 kickoff tomorrow at Kennedy.
All right. Tomorrow also Danbury at St. Joe 1:30, Norwalk at Greenwich 1:00. Catch that on they have a huddle stream you can watch with Rob Adams and the GCH guys on that. Or maybe I don't even know but they have their own thing too. Waterbury Career Crosby up in so you have like two city games. Waterbury Career at Crosby 11 a.m. and then Bridgeport Central at Bass at 10:30. Yeah. Bacon Academy plays Amistad at Amistad just on the road. Maybe I'll go to that one. Yeah. Right?
Got to go see the Wolves.
I'm in Hamden, but I'm just over the border. So then SMSA plays Crec 11 o'clock tomorrow. And that's it. Not even a lot of. I looked at the prep schedule. Not even a lot on their end. So.
Yeah. Well, next week's going to be a loaded schedule, but we're going to talk about that more on Monday.
We'll talk about that. Yeah. You check it out now. There's a lot of teams are going to be looking at 0-3. And what do we do to deserve this?
Yeah.
But all right, that was, we'll do this again. Like I said, we're going to do this as much as we can every Friday night.
Yeah, thank you for the people who showed up. This is our Taylor Swift album drop. We're just gonna show up and do it. But now you know we should be here every Friday, either from our house or in the car, depending on how long games go. But we're really excited about this show. We're happy. We're excited to welcome you into our phone calls, because this is kind of what our Friday night phone
like
call
what we
is.
do. Kind of with some explicatives or obviously we don't use those in this. But yeah, that was fun. All right. So now off to work we go, and then check
thank
out
you
all
for the comments.
games
Thank you guys for following along. This was great. It was our first time. We're very excited, but check us out Monday night. All right. Meat Grinders back Monday night. Later.
Peace.
Love you all.